All right. So I want to talk about de-hustling the journey. What does that even mean? For me, de-hustling the journey is all about this continual letting go of time, right? Time's such a big factor in all of our lives. Like we're really beholden to it. We exchange time, we give time, we save time, we receive time, we offer time. We essentially live in a time-based economy. And what I found on my particular chapter of this particular journey is I've been really forcing through, right? I've been really chasing, really hustling, really grinding because I want to get to this next level, right? I'm really committed. I'm really passionate about my journey. And I've seen that if I do more, if I do it faster, then I'm going to get there quicker, right? But really, that's not quite right. And the piece that I've needed to decondition is, and I'm still deconditioning it right now, is it's this minute hour construct. It's this exchange for value system that we live in within our time-based economy, right? So what I mean by that is I've basically been applying, if I put more and more and more and more hours in, if I just keep on stacking the effort and stacking the effort, then I'm going to get to where I want to, I'm going to get to where I want to go quicker, right? It does make sense. The more we apply ourselves to something, the more we apply ourselves to a skill, the better we get at it, the more proficient we get, we become a greater version of the person who embodies that skill. But on a spiritual journey, on a journey of any kind of personal growth, it's not really that way all the time. And what I've really had to make peace with is it's not about the breakthrough, right? The breakthrough, this proverbial breakthrough, like breaking through the glass ceiling, getting to like this whole new realm of who I am and what I can do and being in service, like finding a whole new expression of love. I've actually been projecting that journey in the wrong way. I've been like projecting it upwards. I've been projecting it outwards. And yeah, all right, there is like a definite expansive quality when you bring love into the equation. But it's not really been serving me because I've been industrializing my giving of love and I've been industrializing the way they've been showing up for myself in my meditations, in my journaling, in my prayer, in my ceremony. I've actually sucked the joy out of a lot of those pieces in a lot of ways because it's all been about hustle, grind, scheduling in. When are we going to do the prayer? When are we going to do the meditation? What am I getting today? Like looking at the shadow pieces. Oh, more shadow pieces looking back. Oh, more catastrophe. Oh, no. Right? It can get to be a real grind. That's the fallacy of doing shadow work ad nauseum without any respite, without any break. We need to balance these light and shadow aspects. We need moments where we can come in and be light and joyful and playful. In fact, in a lot of ways, that's the journey. We don't come down here to do endless shadow work. We come down here to create, to be fun, to be joy. We come down here to be a human being and have all those experiences. And I found, by necessity, to be fair, in a certain way, I was moving through a lot of difficulty. And so I'm here and I'm saying, right, let's be proactive. Let's be with the shadow aspects of myself. Here's what's arising. I'm not going to back off. I'm ready to meet myself. And I met myself in a really, really strong way. And I really did meet myself. But I was meeting myself in a really hard way. I was meeting myself in a way in which the more tender parts of me that were within and are within, weren't really ready to receive. Like they needed more of a nurturing, holding expression. They needed more of that divine feminine nurture. Whereas I was coming in with like hard, masculine, like, let's fix this, let's problem solve, let's do this now, let's go, let's heal, let's transcend, let's do all this. Let's go, right? No. 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 That was not what was needed. And so, I can laugh about it now. But it's been hard. And it's been hard anchoring in that realization. Even now there's residues of pushing and grinding and forcing. Today I've been pushing, grinding, and forcing, and a little bit, just a little bit. I'm so mindful of it now that it's not a huge issue, but it's just like still some undercurrents of this distorted, aggressive, masculine way of nurturing myself. And that doesn't mean to say that the masculine can't nurture at all. I said a distorted masculine expression of nurturing. Both the masculine and feminine are just equally as capable of nurture. They both bring their own flavors, their own unique colours and frequencies of experience. What I really need right now is that divine feminine nurture. And that divine feminine nurture that I provide for myself, that unconditional presence, that isn't about breaking through glass ceilings to the next level. That's really about letting down, being held, being in receivership, just allowing oneself to really receive and just be held, just really, 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 really allow. That's de-hustling the journey. We're just lying back. We're a bit of lying back. We're like just sitting back, just going, yeah. It's like dropping into the belly and just receiving. Just breathing. Just breathing. Just allowing. Just holding. Just be. Just simply just be. That's what de-hustling means to me. It means letting go of this egoic forcing of the wanting, the constant wanting, the constant striving, the constant hustle to get, to attain, to achieve. That's the ego that always wants something to do. And that was the ego that was saying, hey, let's do all the shadow work. That's going to solve what we're doing. Well, in actuality, no, it wasn't going to solve everything at all. But yeah, shadow work's really important. But in some cases, if we're constantly looking at the shadow work in an ungrounded way, then it's really just giving the ego busy work. Where in actuality, what might be more helpful is to go, you know what? What's going to make me happy in this moment? Maybe I just make a different choice. Maybe I just frame shift and go, oh, you know what? Rather than grinding my way through the spiritual practice, why don't I just go and dance and forget about spirituality forget about spirituality altogether. Why don't I just forget about the journey? And in doing so, I actually find myself on a greater expression of the journey. It's one of those spiritual oxymorons, you kind of got to let go to find yourself in the moment. I've had a ton of those recently, like a ton over the past few years. Spiritual irony, In what ways can you allow yourself to let down right now? Right? What can you do that's contrary to the hustle and grind, like the obligatory nature of the journey? Just go on a walk, dance, sing, draw, play guitar, play any instrument, paint, sculpt, do something creative, talk to a friend, watch a movie, write a poem, write anything, just do something that really fulfills you, detached from any outcome. That's been something that I've been really dropping back in with, trying to find the beauty in just creating, finding the beauty in activity, finding the beauty in that doingness that isn't attached to the ego's wants and desires, and it isn't attached to, really intense goals. That's been a huge part of the deconditioning process for me. And not quite there yet. Like, I was super in my creative process for a long while, and I was so dropped in and really with it. Like, it's only been the past few years, I've just kind of like hit a speed bump, and I've been like, well, okay, I'm really really pushing this in a way it should be pushed right now, you know? So, how do we do it? How do we continue to do that on a daily basis? What questions can we ask ourselves? How can we be with ourselves on a daily basis? You know, what's it going to take? What's it going to take to let go of the obligatory nature of time? The pushing, forcing, tensing, straining. What's it going to take to de-hustle your life?